क्राइम इन सिटी में हम बात कर रहे हैं एक ऐसी ब्रेकिंग न्यूज की जिसने अमेरिका में तहलका मचा दिया। यूटा वैली यूनिवर्सिटी में एक हाई प्रोफाइल इंसिडेंट हुआ जिसमें जाने माने डिबेटर और पॉलिटिकल एक्टिविस्ट चार्ली कर्क की गोली मार के हत्या कर दी जाती है। अच्छी खासी सिक्योरिटी, सपोर्टर्स, क्रिटिक्स और स्टूडेंट्स के बीच दिन दहाड़े इस वारदात को अंजाम देकर सस्पेक्ट बहुत आसानी से भीड़ में गायब हो जाता है। गोली किसने चलाई, कहां से चलाई, ये जानने के लिए सीसीटीवी फुटेज खंगाले जाते हैं, जिसमें एक बंदा सामने की बिल्डिंग पर राइफल के साथ नजर आता है। इन्वेस्टिगेशन में एक हाई पावर्ड राइफल, पर्सनल आइटम्स और कुछ डाउट करने वाली राइटिंग्स मिली। फुटेज की मदद से फोटो वायरल की जाती है और हंट शुरू होता है। मात्र 2 दिन में सस्पेक्ट पुलिस की हिरासत में और नाम सामने आता है टाइलर जेम्स रॉबिन्सन, जो कि सिर्फ 22 साल का है और उसका कोई क्रिमिनल रिकॉर्ड भी नहीं है। ये एक गनशॉट का किस्सा नहीं दोस्तों, अब ये एक नेशनल सेंसेशन बन चुका है। हर सवाल के साथ मिस्ट्री और गहरी होती है। क्या ये पॉलिटिकल कॉन्स्पिरेसी थी या ऑनलाइन रेडिकलाइजेशन का नतीजा? मोटिव क्या था? क्या टाइलर अकेला था या कोई हिडन हैंड उसके पीछे? डीएनए एविडेंस, वेपन्स, डिस्कॉर्ड चैट्स और बुलेट पे लिखे अजीबोगरीब स्लोगन्स, हर लेयर के साथ ये केस और उलझता जा रहा है। तो चलो इस कहानी की हर परत खोलते हैं, लेकिन पहले वीडियो को लाइक करो, शेयर करो अपने दोस्तों के साथ और चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो ताकि हर अपडेट सीधा आपके पास पहुंचे। कमेंट सेक्शन में बताओ आप इस केस को कैसे देखते हो और किस देश से देख रहे हो। चलो शुरू करते हैं इस शॉकिंग क्राइम की डीप डाइव।
चार्ली कर्क एक अमेरिकन कंजर्वेटिव एक्टिविस्ट, टर्निंग पॉइंट यूएसए के फाउंडर, एक आउटस्पोकन पॉलिटिकल कमेंटेटर और एक ऐसे लीडर थे जिनकी स्टेटमेंट्स अक्सर हेडलाइंस बनाती थी और कई बार कंट्रोवर्सीज भी क्रिएट करती थी। वे अपने तेज तर्रार डिबेट्स प्रूव मी रॉन्ग के लिए जाने जाते थे, जिसके लिए वो अलग अलग कॉलेजेस में जाते रहते थे। 10 सितंबर 2025 ऐसे ही एक डिबेट प्रोग्राम करने वो यूटा वैली यूनिवर्सिटी, जो कि अमेरिका के यूटा स्टेट में है, अपने शेड्यूल्ड इवेंट द अमेरिकन कमबैक टूर के लिए आए हुए थे। जब वे मंच पर पहुंचे डिबेट करने, तो किसे पता था कि यह उनकी जिंदगी का आखिरी डिबेट होगा। डिबेट स्टेज ओपन एरिया के सेंटर में था और एक बड़ा वाइट टेंट उसके ऊपर लगा हुआ था। स्टेज के आसपास 3000 के लगभग स्टूडेंट्स और विजिटर्स उपस्थित थे। स्टेज पर चार्ली कर्क बैठे थे माइक्रोफोन के साथ और स्टूडेंट्स के क्वेश्चंस का डिटेल्ड और कंपोज्ड जवाब दे रहे थे। वे एक स्टूडेंट से मास शूटिंग्स पर डिबेट कर रहे थे जब अचानक एक गोली उनके गर्दन पे लेफ्ट साइड में आके लगी, जिससे वे अपनी कुर्सी से गिर पड़े। गोली की आवाज से भीड़ में अफरा तफरी मच गई। कैंपस के सिक्योरिटी ऑफिशियल्स ने एरिया सिक्योर किया। चार्ली कर्क की सिक्योरिटी टीम के 6 लोगों ने उन्हें उठा करके एक एसयूवी में डाला और नजदीक के हॉस्पिटल जाने के लिए रवाना हो गए। उन्हें टिम्पैनोगॉस हॉस्पिटल ले जाया गया, जो लगभग 7-8 मिनट की दूरी पर था। डॉक्टर्स ने बहुत कोशिशें की, एड़ी चोटी का जोर लगा दिया गया, इमरजेंसी सर्जरी भी की, मगर किस्मत को कुछ और ही मंजूर था। इन तमाम कोशिशों के बावजूद उन्हें बचाया नहीं जा सका। यह खबर जब बाहर आई तो जैसे पूरे देश में सन्नाटा छा गया।
चलिए वापस क्राइम सीन यानी यूटा यूनिवर्सिटी चलते हैं। गोली की आवाज से भीड़ में भगदड़ मच गई। गेट डाउन, रन की आवाजें गूंजने लगी। लोगों को लगा कि कहीं ये ओपन फायर या मास शूटिंग तो नहीं, इसीलिए सभी अपनी जान बचाने के लिए जो कर सकते थे कर रहे थे। लेकिन उस एक गोली के अलावा और कोई गोली नहीं चली, यानी शूटर का गोल सिर्फ चार्ली कर्क का असैसिनेशन था। सिक्योरिटी और पुलिस ने सीन को सिक्योर किया। कैंपस एंड सराउंडिंग एरिया तुरंत लॉकडाउन कर दिया गया और क्राउड को सेफ प्लेस पर ले जाया गया। चार्ली कर्क कोई आम इंसान नहीं थे, इसीलिए पुलिस भी तुरंत एक्शन में आ गई। इन्वेस्टिगेटर्स ने रिवील किया कि यह शॉट ऊपर के रूफटॉप से आई थी, जो वेन्यू के बिल्कुल ऊपर था। सिक्योरिटी फुटेज और आई विटनेस ने कंफर्म किया कि इसी रूफटॉप लोकेशन से गोली चली थी। यह बिल्डिंग स्टेज से अप्रॉक्सीमेटली 430 फीट दूर थी। रूफटॉप से क्लियर लाइन ऑफ साइट थी डायरेक्टली स्टेज तक। शूटर ने इसीलिए इस ऊंची और छिपी हुई पोजीशन का चयन किया, जिससे उसे मंच यानी टारगेट सीधा नजर आ रहा था। उसी पोजीशन से उसने अपने टारगेट चार्ली कर्क पर सटीक निशाना साधा और फायर किया। स्कोप्ड फायरआर्म यानी वो बंदूक जिसमें टेलीस्कोप लगी होती है, का इस्तेमाल इस बात की ओर साफ इशारा करता है कि यह एक बेहद सटीक हाई प्रेसिजन शॉट था। बिल्कुल वैसा ही जैसा हमने फिल्मों में देखा है, जैसे अमेरिकन स्नाइपर के क्रिस काइल या एनिमी एट द गेट्स में वाजिली जायटसेव द्वारा लिए गए कैलकुलेटेड शॉट्स। बुलेट ट्रैजेक्टरी स्टीपली डिसेंड हुई और सीधे चार्ली कर्क को लगी। गोली की आवाज से अफरा तफरी मच गई और इसी का फायदा उठा के हमलावर आसानी से फरार हो गया। यह साफ दिखाता है कि यह हमला पूरी तरह से प्लानिंग के साथ किया गया था। यह कोई इंपल्सिव एक्ट नहीं था, बल्कि एक प्रोफेशनल स्नाइपर स्टाइल एग्जीक्यूशन था, जिसमें टारगेट की मूवमेंट, डिस्टेंस का एक्यूरेट कैलकुलेशन, परफेक्ट टाइमिंग और क्राउड की पोजीशनिंग का भी ध्यान रखा गया था। लॉ एनफोर्समेंट ने मैनहंट लॉन्च की, सीसीटीवी और आई विटनेस रिपोर्ट से फोटोज रिलीज हुई, वायरल हो गई एक यंग लड़का विद शार्प फीचर्स, और जल्दी ही आइडेंटिटी कंफर्म, टाइलर जेम्स रॉबिन्सन, 22 साल, सेंट जॉर्ज, यूटा का रहने वाला। अब सवाल यह है कि कौन है यह टाइलर जेम्स, क्यों टारगेट किया कर्क को, और क्या वो सोलो ऑपरेटर था?
चलिए अब जानते हैं कि आखिर टाइलर जेम्स रॉबिन्सन है कौन। टाइलर सेंट जॉर्ज का रेजिडेंट है जो यूटा से 3.5 घंटे की दूरी पर है। सेंट जॉर्ज, जो रेड रॉक माउंटेन्स के लिए जाना जाता था, अब हेडलाइंस के लिए जाना जाता है। टाइलर डिक्सी टेक्निकल कॉलेज में इलेक्ट्रिकल अप्रेंटिसशिप कर रहा था। फ्यूचर में एक स्टेबल जॉब की तैयारी कर रहा था। नेबर्स और फ्रेंड्स ने उसे एक रिजर्व्ड इंसान बताया जो ना तो पब्लिक एक्टिविज्म के लिए जाना जाता था, ना ही कम्युनिटी में कोई बड़ा इन्फ्लुएंस रखता था। लेकिन उसके डिजिटल फुटप्रिंट्स तो कुछ और ही इशारा कर रहे थे। रिपोर्ट्स के मुताबिक उसकी पॉलिटिकल इश्यूज में इंटरेस्ट बढ़ रही थी और कुछ मैसेजेस में फ्रस्ट्रेशन और पब्लिक फिगर्स जैसे चार्ली कर्क के खिलाफ क्रिटिसिज्म भी दिखी। अब पुलिस जोर शोर से टाइलर की तलाश में लग जाती है। शूटिंग के बाद उसके एस्केप रूट को भी ट्रेस किया गया। यहां कहानी में एक ड्रामेटिक ट्विस्ट आता है। 12 सितंबर 2025 टाइलर ने खुद सरेंडर कर दिया। रिपोर्ट्स के मुताबिक उसके फादर ने बड़ा रोल प्ले किया। अपने बेटे को सिचुएशन की सीरियसनेस समझाकर सरेंडर करने के लिए कहा। कुछ ही घंटों में रॉबिन्सन कस्टडी में था। यहां से केस का टोन ही बदल गया। अब रियल इन्वेस्टिगेशन का गेम शुरू होता है। प्रोसिक्यूटर्स ने जल्दी ही सीरियस चार्जेस लगाए, इंक्लूडिंग एग्ग्रेवेटेड मर्डर। रॉबिन्सन को विदाउट बेल होल्ड किया गया। रॉबिन्सन कस्टडी में है, लेकिन चुप, ना कन्फेशन ना कोऑपरेशन। सारे सवालों का जवाब सिर्फ एविडेंस में ढूंढा जा रहा था। इन्वेस्टिगेटर्स को सिर्फ डीएनए, राइफल, इंस्क्रिप्शंस और डिजिटल चैट्स पर रिलाई करना पड़ रहा था। डीएनए से लेकर बुलेट्स तक। दोस्तों, ये पार्ट थ्रिलर मूवी जैसा है। फोरेंसिक टीम्स ने रूफटॉप से कलेक्ट किया डीएनए बॉम्बशेल, एक टावल राइफल के पास टाइलर का डीएनए मैच, एक स्क्रू ड्राइवर भी एक्सेस के लिए यूज हुआ, उसमें भी डीएनए। वेपन ऑफ चॉइस बोल्ट एक्शन माउसर मॉडल 98 राइफल 30/6 कैलिबर, बैलिस्टिक्स कंफर्म ये ही शॉट का सोर्स। क्रीपी इंस्क्रिप्शंस, बुलेट केसिंग्स पर कार्विंग्स, हे फैशिस्ट कैच और बेला चाओ सॉन्ग रेफरेंस, एंटी फैशिस्ट वाइब्स, मीम स्टाइल। आइडियोलॉजिकल मोटिव, डिजिटल कन्फेशन, डिस्कॉर्ड चैट्स में मैसेज, इट वॉज मी एट यूवीवी यस्टरडे। सरेंडर से पहले पोस्ट किया, कोर्ट में किलर एविडेंस बन सकता है। यह सब कनेक्ट करता है टाइलर को क्राइम से।
ये तो हम जानते हैं कि इस मर्डर केस ने पॉलिटिक्स और मीडिया के गलियारों में काफी हलचल मचाई। अटैक ने पॉलिटिकल पोलराइजेशन को स्पॉटलाइट में ला दिया। कर्क के सपोर्टर्स ने इसे फ्री स्पीच पर असॉल्ट कहा। दूसरी तरफ कुछ लोगों ने पोलराइजेशन को ब्लेम किया। मीडिया और सोशल मीडिया डिवाइडेड रिस्पॉन्स दिखा रहे हैं। अब केस कोर्ट में है। प्रोसिक्यूशन एविडेंस पर स्टैंड करेगी, डिफेंस सवाल उठाएगी, हर हियरिंग, हर मोशन स्पॉटलाइट में होगी। ये ट्रायल तो अब शायद लंबा जाएगा, मगर एक पल में एक गोली ने चार्ली कर्क की जान ले ली। कर्क एक इन्फ्लुएंशियल वॉइस थे, ट्रंप के क्लोज एलाय, फेमस पॉडकास्टर और बेस्ट सेलिंग ऑथर, लेकिन वो हमेशा कंट्रोवर्सी में रहे। अबॉर्शन के अगेंस्ट बोलते थे, इमिग्रेशन और वुमेन्स राइट्स को अपोज करते थे और पैंडेमिक और क्लाइमेट चेंज पर कंट्रोवर्शियल स्टेटमेंट्स देते थे। आयरनी ये है कि उन्होंने अपनी सारी जिंदगी गन्स को डिफेंड करने में लगाई और वही गन उनकी मौत का कारण बनी। अमेरिका में रोज गन वायलेंस की वजह से हजारों लोग मरते हैं। मैस शूटिंग्स, स्ट्रे बुलेट्स, स्कूल्स, चर्चेस, कॉन्सर्ट्स, कैंपसेस, रिपब्लिकन स्टेट्स हों या डेमोक्रेटिक स्टेट्स, कोई जगह सेफ नहीं है। पॉलिटिकल वायलेंस अमेरिका के लिए नया नहीं है। जॉन एफ कैनेडी से लेकर रीसेंट ट्रंप शूटिंग तक सबने कंट्री को शेक किया, और अब चार्ली कर्क की हत्या ये रिमाइंडर है कि बुलेट्स आइडियोलॉजी नहीं देखती। क्वेश्चन ये है कि क्या अब अमेरिका एक्शन लेगा? क्या चार्ली कर्क की मौत इसको बदल पाएगी? क्या चार्ली कर्क को बचाया जा सकता था? मैं आपको इन सवालों के साथ छोड़ता हूं। अगली वीडियो में फिर मुलाकात होगी। तब तक सुरक्षित रहिए, अपना ख्याल रखिए।
die? If everything completely goes away, how do you want to be remembered? If I die, everything just goes away. How would you, if you could be associated with one thing, how would you want to be remembered? I want to be remembered for courage for my faith. That would be the most important thing. Most important thing is my faith in my life.
A lot of people you tell Alright, we're going to get started, everybody. You know how it works. Question and answer. Also, thank you to Lane from YRB5. That was great. Really appreciate it. And we're going to be here for a couple hours. Get comfortable. Bring the best libs that Utah has to offer.
As it happened, Kirk was answering a question about mass shootings.
Do you know how many transgender Americans have been mass shooters over the last 10 years?
Too many.
It's 5. Okay, now 5 is a lot, right? I'm gonna give you some credit. Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great.
Kirk is rushed into an SUV and taken to the hospital. Panic crowds ran as police jumped in.
Mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great. I just want to point out a lot of unemployment evidence there. It's 5. Okay, now 5 is a lot, right? I'm gonna give you some credit. Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great.
There's been a shooting. We heard shots. We heard shots.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. There were gunshots.
Carried by 6 men to an SUV, which transports him to Timpanogos Regional Hospital.
Area all the way up and all the way to the south.
Had massive shooter at Charlie Kirk event. We're getting several calls. We're trying to get more information.
The FBI has just released this photo of a person of interest in connection with the horrific killing of Charlie Kirk from yesterday. And this comes as they provided new updates and evidence today as they race to find this assassin.
And still very much an active open investigation. So police want to stress, now this isn't exactly where they can say and confirm that this is the location where they found the gun used to kill Charlie Kirk as of yet. But just the possibility has neighbors who live near here on edge.
The murder of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Law enforcement just releasing new video taken right after the shooting of the suspect, they say, making his
the ground and runs away. A seemingly experienced sniper who, with one shot, took out one of the conservative movement's most beloved and controversial figures. But one night after the assassination of Charlie on a rooftop is the man police are looking for. Investigators releasing new still images too, in hopes someone knows who he is.
How dare you! How dare you!
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We got him.
The words that everyone has been waiting to hear. We are following breaking news. This is the mugshot of the 22-year-old man who authorities say killed conservative influencer Charlie Kirk. Tyler Robinson is his name, and he was arrested overnight, roughly 3 hours south of where he allegedly fired that shot that killed Kirk in front of thousands of people. May have been shocked when they saw the image of the person of interest who killed Charlie Kirk, and they realized the alleged assassin was their son. But according to the messages that police say the 22-year-old sent to a friend online, he wasn't hiding that he was an alleged political killer. The high-powered bolt-action rifle found in a wooded area off campus, and the bullet casings with anti-fascist song lyrics and deep internet and video game references engraved on them. But then you have what Robinson allegedly sent to his roommate in messages on Discord that appears to show that Tyler Robinson was not hiding that he had allegedly done this crime. Before I get to that part, the Discord messages, let's get to what really broke this case wide open. It was perhaps as a result of this picture. The alleged shooter wearing an American flag shirt, sunglasses, a hat with a triangle logo on it, and Converse shoes with white soles. Now, at this point, when this picture was first released, he was just a person of interest. We didn't know who it was, but take a look at this picture of Tyler Robinson appearing to be a typical college kid in his dorm, smiling, wearing a similar hat, but also look at his feet. Converse shoes with white soles. Now imagine you're his family and you see the image of the person of interest, and then you look at your son and you realize he's the alleged killer. According to police, Tyler's dad confronted his son about that possibility and whether he was responsible for the murder of Charlie Kirk, and Tyler allegedly confessed. His dad then called a youth pastor, and they transported Tyler to the police station, where this 22-year-old may now never see the light of day as a free man ever again, and if found guilty, he will face the death penalty, according to Utah Governor Spencer Cox. Robinson's family said that in recent years he became more political. That's according to police documents, but we need to know more about that, because it's unclear what they meant by more political. And how specifically was he more political? How does someone go from maybe not being into politics to then being allegedly on a roof with a sniper rifle shooting someone who you disagree with politically?
Minister who called the FBI, and agents later took Robinson into custody. It's a far cry from where Tyler was only a few years earlier. A video posted by his mother and now going viral reveals the proud moment her son announced that he had received a college scholarship.
Okay. Congratulations, you have been selected to receive the Resident Presidential Scholarship from Utah State University. The value of this scholarship is approximately $32,000. This scholarship is available for 4 years or 8 semesters.
In a statement, Utah State University, which is a different school from where the shooting took place, confirmed the suspect had briefly attended the university for 1 semester in 2021. Only about 2 months prior to the Charlie Kirk assassination, Robinson's father painted a glowing picture of family life with his son on social media, where he posted a video reel showing highlights from their Mexico trip together, in which Tyler was pictured happily showing off a fish he caught. Other pictures of the suspected killer that have emerged also feel almost chillingly normal, sharing a meal with his dad, grinning while riding in what appears to be a small plane, and seemingly enjoying a happy family life. The only photos which really stand out include one in which he appears to be dressed for Halloween in a Trump costume, and a number of others that point to an interest in various types of weapons. But how this young man went from this to this still remains a mystery.
Has not confessed to authorities. He is not cooperating. But all the people around him are cooperating, and I think that's very important. Well, so far that has come from his acquaintances and his family members. That's where that initial information has come from. Certainly, there will be much more information that is released in the charging documents as they're bringing all of that together.
Good afternoon. My name is Judge Graff. I will be handling the first appearance calendar today. At the conclusion of the hearing for the first case, The court will take a recess and remind all those who are scheduled for the first appearance calendar to log back in 15 minutes after the court has taken a recess. As a general note, no electronic usage is allowed unless pre-approved. Any disruptions will be removed. To the jail, are we ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Calling case 251-403-576, State of Utah versus Tyler James Robinson. Could you state your name?
Tyler James Robinson.
Thank you for being here, Mr. Robinson. I'm Judge Graff. Mr. Scoris.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. You're probably already aware of my presence or why I'm here, but if not, I am not entering an appearance. I'm not counsel on this case. I'm working with the county to get counsel assigned, but we need you to allow for the appointment of counsel.
Thank you, Mr. Scoris. It is, well, I want to go through the qualifications for indigency, but that is my intent, Mr. Scoris.
Very well.
And I thank you for being here. So, Mr. Robinson, you have a right to an attorney. If you can't afford one, the court can appoint an attorney to represent you. I have reviewed your declaration of financial status and find that you are indigent. I'm provisionally appointing a Rule 8 qualified attorney to represent you on your case, Mr. Robinson. Along with the filing of their appearance of counsel, the assigned attorneys must file declarations with the court that outline their qualifications under Rule 8 and Rule 8C, under Rule 8B and Rule 8C for a counsel appointment in a case where death may be a sentencing option. I'm ordering that those declarations be filed prior to the next hearing, which is set for September 29th at 10 a.m. Mr. Robinson, I also wish to inform you of your right against self-incrimination. Anything that you say in court today could be used against you, and we want to protect your constitutional rights. Mr. Robinson, at this time, you will remain in custody without bail. Mr. Scoris, is there any other points that you wish to address?
No, thank you very much, Your Honor.
Turning to the state.
Yes, Your Honor, Chad Greenander for the state. I'm also joined, and they're listed as attendees, Ryan McBride, Lauren Hunt, David Sturgill, and Chris Ballard. We are the trial team on this case. I do have a few points I'd like to bring up with Your Honor. We have filed a pretrial protective order on behalf of Erica Kirk. We would ask the court to review that. It should be in your queue, Your Honor, and sign that.
Thank you. I have reviewed the pretrial protective order and will be issuing this pretrial protective order in favor of Erica Kirk. Is there any other business that we need to address today, counsel?
Just for the court's information, we did file just recently, within the last few minutes, a notice of intent to seek the death penalty. That was filed by Utah County Attorney Jeff Gray. So that should be in the court's file. Lastly, I would just indicate to the court and to, at this point, Mr. Robinson, that we are prepared to collect all of the discovery in this matter and get that turned over to the defense as soon as possible. Rule 16 requires us to provide what we have relied on in charging the information and bringing these charges within 5 days once it's requested. So that'll be prepared to disseminate to the defense as soon as possible.
Thank you, Mr. Greenander. Mr. Robinson, what I also want to do is you have the right to have the charges read that you stand charged of, and I wish to read those to you at this time. Thank you. Mr. Robinson, for count 1, aggravated murder, a capital felony in violation of Utah Code annotated 76-5-202, in that on September 10th, 2025 in Utah County, the defendant, Tyler James Robinson, intentionally and knowingly caused the death of Charlie Kirk under the following circumstances. The defendant knowingly created a great risk of death to another individual other than Charlie Kirk and the defendant. Notice conviction of this offense may carry the death penalty or pursuant to Utah Code 76.3-207.7, a mandatory term of imprisonment for life without parole or an indeterminate term of not less than 25 years, and that may be for life. Victim targeting enhancement in violation of Utah Code annotated 76-3-203.14 sub 2. Tyler James Robinson intentionally selected Charlie Kirk because of Tyler James Robinson's belief or perception regarding Charlie Kirk's political expression. Notice if the trial of fact finds beyond a reasonable doubt that the victim targeting enhancement applies, the sentencing judge or the Board of Pardons and Parole shall consider the defendant's selection of the victim as an aggravating factor. Violent offense committed in the presence of a child aggravating factor, the sentencing judge or the Board of Pardons and Parole shall consider as an aggravating factor in their deliberations that the defendant committed a violent criminal offense in the presence of a child. Count 2, felony discharge of a firearm causing serious bodily injury, a first-degree felony, in violation of Utah Code annotated 76-11-210 sub 2 and 3C, in that on September 10, 2025 in Utah County, the defendant Tyler James Robinson discharged a firearm in the direction of Charlie Kirk, knowing or having reason to believe that Charlie Kirk may be endangered by the discharge of the firearm, and that the act caused serious bodily injury to Charlie Kirk. Victim targeting enhancement in violation of Utah Code annotated 76-3-203.14 sub 2. Tyler James Robinson intentionally selected Charlie Kirk because Tyler James Robinson's belief or perception regarding Charlie Kirk's political expression. Notice if the trial of fact finds beyond a reasonable doubt that the victim targeting enhancement applies, the sentencing judge or the Board of Pardons and Parole shall consider the defendant's selection of the victim as an aggravating factor. Violent offense committed in the presence of a child aggravating factor. The sentencing judge or the Board of Pardons and Parole shall consider an aggravating factor in their deliberations that the defendant committed a violent offense in the presence of a child. Count 3, obstruction of justice, a second-degree felony in violation of Utah Code annotated 76-8-306 sub 2, in that on September 10, 2025 in Utah County, the defendant Tyler James Robinson, with intent to hinder, delay, or prevent the investigation, apprehension, prosecution, conviction, or pursuit to any person regarding conduct that constitutes a criminal offense, conceal or remove the firearm used to shoot Charlie Kirk, and the conduct that constitutes an offense would be a capital felony or a first-degree felony. Count 4, obstruction of justice, a second-degree felony in violation of Utah Code 76-8-306 sub 2, in that on or about September 11, 2025 in Utah County, the defendant, Tyler James Robinson, with an intent to hinder, delay, or prevent the investigation, apprehension, prosecution, conviction, or punishment of any person regarding conduct that constitutes a criminal offense, destroyed, concealed, or removed the clothing he wore during the shooting, and the conduct that constitutes an offense would be a capital felony or first-degree felony. Count 5, tampering with a witness, a third-degree felony in violation of Utah Code annotated 76-8-508, in that on or about September 10, 2025 in Utah County, the defendant, Tyler James Robinson, believed that an official proceeding or investigation was pending or about to be instituted or intended to prevent an official proceeding or investigation, and attempted to induce or otherwise cause his roommate to withhold testimony, information, a document, or an item to wit, directing his roommate to delete incriminating text messages. Count 6, tampering with a witness, a third-degree felony, in violation of Utah Code annotated 76-8-508, in that on or about September 11th, 2025 in Utah County, the defendant, Tyler James Robinson, believe that an official proceeding or investigation was pending or about to be instituted, or intended to prevent an official proceeding or investigation, and attempted to induce or otherwise cause his roommate to withhold testimony or information, to wit, directing his roommate to stay silent if the police questioned the roommate. Count 7, violent offense committed in the presence of a child, a Class A misdemeanor in violation of Utah Code annotated 76-3-203.10 sub 2 and 76-3-203.14 sub 3A double I, in that on or about September 10, 2025 in Utah County, the defendant, Tyler James Robinson, committed criminal homicide in the physical presence of a child younger than 14 years of age, with knowledge that a child was present and that may have been seen or heard the commission of the criminal homicide. Victim targeting enhancement in violation of Utah Code annotated 76-3-203.14 sub 2, Tyler James Robinson intentionally selected Charlie Kirk because of Tyler James Robinson's belief or perception regarding Charlie Kirk's political expression. That concludes reading the information. Mr. Robinson, this case is set for September 29th at 10 a.m. It will be a waiver hearing, and I will be the judge assigned to this case. Mr. Robinson, I invite you to join us at that time.
Guys, it has been such an emotional and somber day here outside of Turning Point's headquarters in Phoenix, and in the last hour or so, we have watched as staff have come outside and hung up these signs with a photo of Charlie Kirk and a quote. They now mark the entrance to Turning Point's headquarters, a massive conservative organization co-founded by Charlie Kirk. We are also seeing heartbroken supporters of his continue to show up here. You can see many of them standing together right now, paying their respects. And this has really been the scene here since at least 1 o'clock today, when news started to break out of Utah about the assassination. People of all ages have been dropping off flowers, leaving Make America Great Again hats with handwritten messages on them, and stopping to pray together. Security has also been visible here. In addition to Turning Point security blocking off the entrance with a large van, Phoenix police officers have been here all day, at times with multiple vehicles, keeping a very close eye on these buildings. Everyone that I've talked to took a moment to recall a Trump rally or a Turning Point event that they attended where they heard Charlie Kirk speak. Many of them praised him for his ability to reach young conservatives in his continued mission on college campuses across the country. All of them appreciative of Charlie Kirk's willingness and desire to talk to everyone, especially those who he did not agree with. Take a listen.
We were stunned. We were shocked. And this nation certainly needs to do better than we are doing on a day like today. This is a man that we respected. He stood up for what he stood up and what he believed for. And he's a man with a backbone, a man with a spine. And he's a true believer, a Christian man, and we wanted to come out today to show honor. It says, show honor to whom honor is due. And that man is due honor. He has helped this nation advance. He's helped this nation ask questions to each other. And he's helped us get along and do it non-violently. And unfortunately, somebody decided to do something very terrible.